It is the pink bracket. It's Allenbot versus Dekk, top 32. The winner goes to the top 16 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris K9 is here. 3, 2, 1 countdown bits. And says, go Allenbot, go. Now, Allen cannot hear that because he has no audio today. But we're all just going to put that out there into the universe so that he gets the message. So thank you, K9. Appreciate that. And here we are in the pink bracket. On the left side, it's Allenbot. Allenbot seed number 6. So that means this is his first match of the entire tournament. Those who got 16 or higher in the, or 16th place or higher in the qualifiers, got a 2-round bye. They're starting in the top 32. Those who got 32 and between that and 17 got a 1-round bye and start in round 2. There's the Vits for Allenbot. And the Tetris, 94,000 for him, 94,000 for Dekk. Allenbot qualified into this tournament, seed number 6, with a 1.53 million average of his best 3 games in a 90-minute qualifier. So a supersized qualifier for a supersized tournament. Allenbot from Singapore has a PB of 3.74. That would be good for about 21st on the overall PB rankings. And he's number 18 in the most recent Premier poll. He's got a win in a Challenger circuit. That was back in April of last year. Obviously not this year because it is April. And won a hopeful circuit in April of 2022. So April might be the month of Allenbot. He's been in the finals 1 time. That was in September 2023. That was against Luis. He's also been in the semifinals an additional time. That was January of 2024, and he went out versus Fractal, who was the winner of that tournament. He's also won the Singapore Regional 2022, 2023, and 2024. And was in the top 4 of that level 12 tournament back in 2023, 2024. That was like I guess it extends multiple years. It takes years to finish those CT12 tournaments. Allen with a 259, 305 for Dekk. And on the right side, it is Dekk with a 1.28 million qualifier. Dekk defeated, who did Dekk defeat? Dekk defeated Peak in round 2 to make it into this round of 32. E. Saavedra says, is it mandatory to participate in the tournament to have poor webcam? Well, listen, some people, that's what they have available, depending on their country or their personal circumstances. We have people from all around the world, and we try to make this tournament accessible to anybody who can make it in. So if you're going to make, silly comments like that, I don't know. You win the webcam Olympics. How about that? You have the best webcam, and you are the best webcam person. How about that? You win. 402 for Allenbot, 345 for Dekk. I mean, what kind of comments is that? Like, how ridiculous of a comment is that? Anyway, Dekk has an overall PB of 2.0 million. That is good for about 44th on the overall PB rankings. Dekk won a future circuit back in September 2023, a hopeful circuit back in June of 2023, and played in Mega Masters last year. Also played in the gold bracket of CTWC. Yeah, if you're so concerned about people's webcams, send people a webcam. How about that? I mean, my goodness. And by the way, interesting fact about Dekk, if you want to know, probably has the best competition alt. You know, a lot of our players, 542 for Allen, 488 for Dekk. A lot of players have an alternative Twitch account that is unmonetized. Because if it's a monetized one, a lot of restreamers will get the ads, and so they play on an unmonetized account. So there's no, you know, ads that are run. So Dekk probably has, I don't know, top 3 competition alt, which is level 39 super kill screen is her alt account for competition. 560 for Dekk, 592 for Allenbot. I lost a regular viewer. Good. I don't need you to view. How about that? 609 for Allenbot on 19, 592 for Dekk. Good riddance. $655 for Dekk, $653 for Allenbot. Right, Allenbot, you know, surviving here, but now in another little bit of trouble here, trying to bring this down. All right, Allenbot set up on the left well here at 673, 800 for Dekk. And of course, you know, when you set up on the left well, the game never wants to give you an immediate long bar. All right, Dekk with a big lead right now, 898. There's a Tetris 931. So about a 190,000 point lead. Now Dekk is ahead by about 12 lines. Kip Duran with the €2 super chat. Hang in there, Alan. You're an OG. All right, Dekk is Dekk has the max out AO6. Allen really been in a suffer dig for like multiple levels. Oh, please. That has nothing to do with me handling a comment. You're gonna sit. Don't even get me started. I'll talk to you after the match. How about that? 779 for Allenbot, A58 for Dekk. And Dekk in a top out spiral at A58 just to getting into 29. So the target for Allenbot is A59. That is a big chase down, but it's possible. Allen's got a 3.74, but just can't seem to get anything going. And Dekk is going to take game number 1. Okay, so yeah, if you want to contribute to that prize pool, you can do it. Use the Matcherino command on Twitch or on YouTube. That will bring up 2 links. The first one is the one for Mega Masters in 3-2-1 Tetris. Well, I wouldn't generalize, Evesy. There are fine people over there. Dano2222 says, go Allenbot. Thank you for the 2222. Appreciate that. SSJ in chat says public service announcement. Kinder makes cookies now and they are delightful. That's the people who make the little eggs that they can't sell in the United States because kids will eat the toys. 73,000 for Allenbot, 35,000 for Dekk. Allenbot set up on the center well. SSJ says they do sell them now. They had to separate the toy and the candy into two completely sealed off separate containers so the egg splits in half long ways. Yeah, stop eating toys, Americans. Americans just can't stop eating toys. What is wrong with us? 111 for Dekk, 126 for Allenbot. All right, Alan's board a little bit all over the place, but kind of getting it sorted. Bringing it down, row by row, brick by brick. Oh wait, Laurie's not a mod in the channel? Yeah, make Laurie a mod. Why not? I mean, if Laurie wants to be a mod, you can be a mod. All right, oh goose, calm down. Oh my word. Dekk in a little bit of a pickle here, but uncovers the well. Now just wants a well-timed bar. It blocks the well just as it's coming. Oh my word. Oh my word, Dekk. How is she doing this? This is like a dig of all time. What the heck? Now a bar is needed for that left side. Oh, and she's going to get it over. There it is. And there's the long bar down. So Dekk will survive the dig. So same score for these two players, but Allenbot 5 or 6 lines in hand. All right, Allenbot cheering for Dekk, I think, as well. 276 for Allen, 277 for Dekk. Oh, I couldn't see if that was a triple or a Tetris. I was out of the corner of my eyes here. Oh, I don't have the option in my interface to make Laurie a mod. I'll get her later. Kip with the super chat, €2. Kip says, I definitely can't do any of what Dekk did. That's not easy. You gotta concentrate. You also gotta believe that you can get out of it. You can't give up too early. You just gotta, stay in problem-solving mode. Don't go into despair mode. You just say, okay, what do I get next? What do I do with it? What do I get next? What do I do with it? 389 from Dekk, 416 for Allen. Thanks, Kip. Yo, Vandy, what's your setup like? My setup? Like my computer, my desk and stuff? I'll show you during my 10,000 follower celebration stream. Although maybe we lost a follower. So maybe we got to do it all again. 440 for Dekk. 462 for Allenbot. All right, we are into the 19 levels here. Allenbot, 536 on 19, 501 for Dekk. Allenbot covered well, taking care of it. Tucking in the J, getting the bar over. There's a Tetris 565. Dekk, a little more complicated of a board there. Gaps in multiple rows and columns. No, we hit 10,000. Oh, Goose, we got it. We got it the other night. But I had to go on YouTube to get it, Twitch, really. I had to go on YouTube and post a community post and ask people to come over and do it. That's, you know. So YouTube had to save Twitch. So before you get all, you know, all high and mighty. 606 for Dekk, 675 for Allenbot. Oh, Dekk with the Vits. One-legged kangaroo said, someone gave me a sub to this Twitch weeks ago, and I don't even know who it was. If you're here, nice person, a big thank you. Thank you, one-legged kangaroo. Glad you're here. 715 for Allenbot. Allen setting up for the dirty Tetris in column 2 and gets it. Trying to maintain that efficiency amidst the chaos that was on his board when he did it. Okay, 761 Allen, 804 now. Dekk in the lead. Allen with a PB of 3.74, Dekk with a 2.01, so both of them with level 29 ability, as you would expect in the top 32. Okay, Dekk up pretty high here for 29. That's going to be tough, and that's going to be a top out for Dekk. And Allenbot is good in game number 2. Ties up the match. By the way, we've got one more match after this. Did you know that? We have one more, and it's going to be Cole versus Dangler. Cole versus Dangler. That's their top 16 match after this one. The winner of that match will make it into the top 8. Laurie's not already a mod? Add as mod. All right, I'll add you. Three, two, one, Tetris. Tetris for Dekk, 46,000, 22,800. Ravioli, how do you even watch from your watch? If you go into the Discord, which it's impossible to do, Laurie posted a picture of her watch with very clearly a CTM YouTube stream on it. Tetris for Allenbot, 137, 116 for Dekk. I mean, we almost never need a moderator. Even that other comment was not moddable, but it's just in poor taste, you know? It's just not a nice thing. 192 for Dekk, 161 for Allen. Oh, Allen in a little bit of a pickle after a misshift here. So Allenbot with the survival, 221, 284 for Dekk. What's up, Arbaro? Welcome. 334 for Dekk, 271 Allenbot. There's a Tetris. All right, Allen, Tetris, 317. There's one Dekk and one Allen. So they're Tetrising along. Mari has gifted a membership at the fan level to YouTube. Thank you, Mari. That's very nice. And the recipient was Ace from Space. Kip Duron with the €2 super chat says Allenbot has no quit programmed into it. Thank you, Kip Duron. Appreciate that. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if Tyler's in chat. People are wondering, you know, Tyler has some idiosyncratic preferences for food and things like that. And people wonder, oh, what is Tyler eaten or not eaten? Has Tyler eaten a pickle? That's a good question. 524 for Allenbot, 527 for Dekk. He said he was driving. Well, tell him to pull over and answer this very important question. Okay, Dekk is into 19 at 599. 2 lines away, Allenbot. And he's into 19 at like 530 something, and he's got a covered well that's good for a triple. He's just going to bring this down when he's got the chance. And it's uncovered. Long bar gets over. Tetris for Allenbot, 574. So good low board now. Working on getting set up. He gets a Tetris. 601. 681 for Dekk. Tetris for Allenbot, 681, 745 for Dekk. Same line count, so about a 64,000 point lead for Dekk. All right, Evesy doing the deep research in the bowels of Discord and finding a statement from Tyler on April 3rd, 2025 that says, "I never had a pickle." Oh, look at that. I mean, any information you want is out there. Isn't the internet amazing? 774 for Alan, 814 for Dekk. Maybe he would eat a fried pickle before he ate a real pickle. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know the whole story on Tyler, but the more I learn, the more I'm glad I've learned. I mean, I'm fascinated. 856 for Alan. Tetris Dekk, 925. There's one Alan. There's no chance he's had a fried green tomato, or no way. That's not, no way. $9.60 for Allenbot. Dekk trying to bring this down a little bit and keep that well open. Has a max out now on 27. Okay, Allenbot is in. He's got the max out. He's on 29. The board pretty high, though, for a 29 transition. Can he bring this down? And Dekk in a little bit of a problem here. Actually, Dekk is going to top out at A74, and Allenbot tops out at A56. So Dekk is going to go up 2-1. Oh, my goodness. Allenbot is up against it. 3-1 Tetris. Sometimes you got to listen to your body about these, weird food preferences, and people, make fun of you for them, or you feel self-conscious because everybody likes things you don't. But sometimes you got to listen to your body. I hated tomatoes and green peppers growing up, right? But I was like, you know what? The entire world is eating tomatoes. The entire world is eating green peppers. Like, why do I have to be so picky about it? I'm just going to like them. I'm going to eat them until I like them. And then, I started eating them until I liked them, and I liked them. Turns out they give me psoriasis. So, yeah, maybe my body was trying to tell me something, right? So you just got to let people be on the path that they're on, $127 for Dekk, $118 for Allenbot. That's right. Danny says, we make fun of Tyler because we love him. If we stopped, he would worry. That's right. Dekk is yelling about something. $221 for Dekk, $199 for Allenbot. Okay, Allenbot is set up in column 7, gets a Tetris, and he may as well stay there because he's like 1 Mino away. That's what he's going to do. Trying to avoid taking some burns here, but he takes one and he gets a Tetris. And he's going to take that single, move that well over to column 10, where it belongs. By the way, that cauliflower crust is like a total scam. Like if you buy a commercial cauliflower crust pizza, it's a total scam. They're like, oh, it's cauliflower. So, you know what? Is it like low carb or keto? No, because they just put weed in it. Like somehow they learned like, oh, that like low carbers are making stuff out of cauliflower. They're like, oh, people must want cauliflower. So they just mix cauliflower in with flour and call it a cauliflower crust. It's a total scam. Like these marketers don't know what they're doing. There's like, oh, people like cauliflower, I guess. We're going to make a crust with it. All right, long bar goes in. Dekk, 417, 411 for Allenbot. Okay, Tetris Dekk, 462, 457, Allenbot. They are close in lines and score. Yeah, we were speaking very lovingly of our good friend Tyler in the chat. Of course we were. We were. 503 for Allen, 485 for Dekk. That's right. I am taking a stand against big cauliflower. You're right. All right, both players a little bit of a scramble here. Dekk, though, going to uncover a Tetris well. Just going to have to bring this down, though. And yeah, just wants to say stack going into 19. Allenbot gets a long bar into that well for a double. 508 entry for Dekk. And there's a 530 entry for Allenbot. Allenbot needs to win this one to stay in the tournament. Do you have a favorite brassica? Oh, that's a good question. Geez. I generally find them bitter in an unpleasant way at times, unless they're prepared properly. Oh boy, that's a good question. 526 for 616. Like, you know, I gotta admit, broccoli, like, see, overrated. People love broccoli. I find it bitter. It's fine. I eat it. I mean, cabbage, I guess. I do like just, you know, the Big Daddy brassica cabbage. So 610 Dekk, 672 Allenbot. That's what we need to keep talking about these things, I think, during top 32. I mean, cauliflower's fine. It's watery. It's kind of got a weird, you know, they're all fine. $731 Allen, 702 for Dekk. Allen gets a Tetris. You like those broccoli that look like fractals? Is that like, you mean broccoli Rob or whatever? Is that what that is? Like you and Tony Soprano eating broccoli Rob? 793 Allenbot, 763 Dekk. Or Romanesco. Oh, Romanesco. Oh, yeah. Romanesco. Right. Morning Cloak must be new here, because they've asked my opinion of pineapple on pizza, and I've expressed that in the past, so may have been many years. 898 for Allenbot, 805 dirty center well Tetris for Dekk. Dekk still kind of in a A little bit of a situation here. Another dirty center well Tetris for Dekk. They're trying to keep pace while also down stacking. Dekk wants to win this one right now in this game, but falling further behind Allenbot the longer she's kind of in this board here, so she's just going to bring it back down. Tetris for Allenbot, A38. He's got the max out Dekk with the 900 even into 29. Deck's got the 2 million PB, so, you know, level 29 is certainly on her table. Allenbot's board, this might be unsurvivable. And that's going to be a top out for Allenbot. The Chasedown target for Dekk is A51. She can get to A51. She will have taken this match. Oh, no, and that square does not get all the way to the left. And, you know, she had it in her, but not this time. So Allenbot going to tie it up and force a deciding game 5. 3-2-1 Tetris. All right, Allenbot is sleeping. Next, he's going to be dumping Parmesan cheese on his head. K9 has gifted a D-Cider.pink pint glass to the chat. Type !join to get in on the giveaway. It's automated giveaway, !join. We've had a super chat from, of course we have. Of course we've had a super chat. Kip says, I've made tens of thousands of pizzas, and certain combinations of salty and sweet work quite well. Green olive and pineapple, for example. Yeah, exactly. Kip, for once, we're on the same wavelength. For once. Don't get used to it. Verse VTR with the 100 bit says, tomato is a vegetable. Thank you, Kip. Thanks, Verse VTR. Don't you guys join. Listen, don't you join. Well, don't join. If you join, you're disqualified. That's it. Don't do it. We'll get you one, okay? We will get you one. Get to level 39. We'll give both of you one. Jeez. Dario, a suspiciously Italian named person, says, it doesn't matter if tomatoes are fruits or not. It's part of the original Italian recipe. The guy that invented. And it just stops. But yeah, Giacomo Pizza back in 1453 in Venice, when he invented pizza, there were tomatoes on it. So that's what's on a pizza. 237 Allenbot, 298 for Dekk. Kip with the super chat says, Vandy, I thought you treasured my input. I treasure it, but I rarely agree with it. No, it's fine. I'm giving you the business. 266 Allen, 347 for Dekk. Giovanni is back now and says, why are we still talking about pizza? Tetris was the winner of K9's gift. Tetris is the winner. Tetris, maybe you should send it to Dekk. How about that? It was supposed to be Dekk's all along. Does Tyler even drink liquids? 415 for Dekk, 313 for Allenbot. Dekk is ahead by 100,000 points, but Allenbot going to get a Tetris here. Allenbot back by a few lines just because he was taking a nap before the game 5. All right, long bar down Tetris for Allenbot, 457, 517 for Dekk. Taking a double, a triple, a quadruple, and another quadruple. I was hoping for the, 4-3-2-1 or 4-2-3-1. 593 for Dekk. She's got 2 more Tetrises available potentially before 19 hits. There's 1. She's set up for another, and there's 2. So a 640 transition for Dekk. She's done her job transition-wise. There's another one, 664. And Allen is in at 575. So it's about about 70,000, 65,000 point lead for Dekk at transition. Uh-oh, Kip is down to 3% battery. Oh no. Keep us updated. 632 for Allen. There's Simul Tetris. So Dekk ahead by 50,000 points and ahead by, 6 to 8 lines. So it's actually really close. There is one more match after this. That's true. That's a top 16 match between Cole and Dangler. And I am uncaffeinated. 820 for Dekk, 741 for Allenbot. I woke up about, 10 minutes before I was supposed to go live. I thought I'd set an alarm and I didn't. 797 for Allenbot, 850. Maybe that's why I'm so irascible today. Don't mess with me, guys. I'm irascible. $801 Allenbot, $911 for Dekk. Vandy, have you ever missed a stream to oversleeping or other actions like that? I think one time. I can't definitively say never because I've been doing this a long time. But if I did, it was only one time. Oh no, Allenbot's going to hang that bar on the right, but gets another one over to get the Tetris 936. Dekk is at 1.1 on 27. Like, if I did it, it was one time. Dekk at B79, 4 lines away now from the 29. Speed increase. The dash kill screen, not the rollers kill screen, but might be that right here. We'll see what Dekk can do 3 lines away. Dekk is into 29. B89 top out. The target for Allenbot is B90. It's a way to go. He's got the max out here. He needs to bring this down. Can he do it? He uncovers the right side. Long bar in. B90 is the target. All Dekk can do is watch and wait. You do need to breathe, though. All right, Allenbot with a few gaps now after kind of some misplacements. He's trying to bring this down. Oh, no, and Allenbot is going to top out at A64, and Dekk will be moving on. Oh, my word. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, look at that. Players with the same opener here. Makes me think I'm missing something, you know? Makes me think that is not how I would open, and yet these amazing, you know, championship caliber players are opening that way. So I should probably do that. Anyway, on the left side, it is Sidnev, qualified into seed number 11. That was done with a 1.44 million average of her top 3 scores in a 90-minute qualifier. Sidnev from the Netherlands, a former CTM Masters event champion. That was in August 2024. It's also been in the finals an additional 6 times, and over and above that, she was in the semis 11 times, including, the semis. Did I say semis? Semis 11 times, including Mega Masters in April 2023. So Sidnev, a semi-finalist in Mega Masters, looking to get back there. Of course, that was the Alex T year. Sidnev, a runner-up in CTWC 2023, third in the CTWC's DAS Championship in Germany in 2022, top 8 in the overall World Championship that year, and also played in 2020 and 2021, the 2 online years. Sidnev also took out the Austria regional last year and is a back-to-back CTEC winner. CTEC is Classic Tetris European Championship. That is a PAL event. On the right side, it is Tetris Time, seed number 22 from the USA with a 1.31 qualifier, has a 2.43 PB overall. 207, now 230 here for Tetris Time. 190 for Sidnev. She set up column 8 and gets that dirty Tetris 213 and another one. So right now, Sidnev ahead by 4 lines, back by a little less than a Tetris. Tetris Time is a 2-time Challengers Circuit winner. Last time was in June of 2023. Was top 8 in CTWC in 2021. That was the second online year. Also played in the gold bracket every year that he's qualified from 2020 to 2024. Was first in the Washington regional that just happened in Washington State, and in the Desert regional. That was the one in Arizona. Giovanni says, what's up with Sidnev's capture card? It is not the capture card. It is the actual NES. So it is not something that can be addressed with a new capture card. So an extra degree of difficulty here for Sidnev, having to deal with that. 396 for Sidnev. 334 for Tetris Time, who's dealing with a bit of a dig. Okay, a little bit of a long bar there. Well-timed to fit in the middle of that board. He's got this weird kind of globby overhang on the right side of the board. And Sidnev is uncovered. 400. Now 402 for her, looking up. Okay, nice square to tuck in there. Trying to keep this open, but has burns. A lot of stuff over on that left side to burn against. And yeah, there's the last moment spin of the T. Does not have to take the burn because the bar was coming in. So 473 for Sidnev, 394 for Tetris Time. Tetris Time, I'm sorry, Sidnev, by the way, if you want to know who holds the overall scoring record in a 39 line cap game, well, you're looking at her. It's Sidnev. That was August of last year. Got a 2.13 million in a level 39 line cap game, which is bonkers. Tetris Time up near the top of the board. Opens up a little on the right. That bar is going to help. As another very helpful bar. And now needs one more helpful bar on that left. No, actually can just bring this down and open up the right. He's still going to go to work here. Not content to just wait for a bar there. He's actually gonna go to work. 570 for Sidnev. 411 for Tetris Time. Tetris Time going to open up the right. Takes a triple, a double, waiting on the bar. Has to burn away a couple of singles here, and the bar has not come finally into 19. And a couple of bars come for Tetris Time and for Sidnev too, but Tetris Time really needed him. 469, 597 for Sidnev. So that drought before 19 going to deny her a 600K transition. But now both players are drilled and dug back down to the bottom of the board. They can start setting up Tetrises again. 650 for Sidnev, 546 for Tetris Time. So anyway, yeah, that level 39 line cap score. And more recently, in fact, I think this was last month. Was it last month or the month before? Sidnev got a perfect max out. This is one of the things all the kids are going for. Now that all the longevity accomplishments have sort of happened, the kids are going for these efficiency achievements. Sidnev got a perfect max out. All Tetrises until level 22, or she took a single to get the last remaining points for the max. 647 Tetris Time, 764 for Sidnev. Travis, thanks for the raid party of 4. Appreciate that. I like the I like that Travis raids with the party of 4 and it says, I raided you. All right, Sidnev got to cover that well just as the bar comes in, as you do. Wouldn't be Tetris without that. And another Tetris, Sidnev, 865, 747 for Tetris Time. It is not Tetris Tim E, although that would be good. It is Tetris Time. All right, Tetris Time's left side, a little bit of a problem, but has opened up the right. It has some burns now and should be able to access the left when he wants to with pieces that are rolled over. Oh, 3 bars in a row. Tetris Time can't use any of them. Here's 4, here's 5. The game just dropping bars, spitting more bars than Tetris. And Sidnev able to use those to great effect. A28 for Sidnev, 854 for Tetris Time. Tetris Time on 28. 894. Sidnev with the max. Really just a little more than... Oh, yeah, actually has the 1.1 now. And Tetris Time is into 29. He's got a gap here, though. He is like 170,000 points behind. And Sidnev is now in B84, A17 for Tetris Time. The A is 1 million points. The B is 1.1 million points. Tetris for Sidnev, 1.2 million. It's a C34. Another Tetris for Sidnev. She's continuing to pour on the pace, not slowing down, putting up Tetrises, and really putting Tetris Time through the paces. And Tetris Time going to have to bring this down, but it's bringing this down very well. Sidnev with another Tetris D57. If Tetris Time had any thoughts that he's just going to kind of single and double this out, if there's any rust on Sidnev, it's not showing right here. D68 for Sidnev. Tetris E08, B42 for Tetris Time. Another Tetris Sidnev. Of course, the world record holder in a level 39 cap game, and you're seeing exactly why. And Tetris Time really with just 35 lines to go, and Sidnev continuing to add to this lead through just utter aggression. All right, blocks the well just before the bar comes. Set up again, gets it. Tetris F57. Tetris Time knows what he has to do, but is there enough time? Is there enough Tetris Time? Sidnev with the rollover on 36. Tetris Time putting up a heck of a fight here, just trying to do everything he can. And yeah, you can see him not even take the burn on the right side because he knows he can't afford it. There's another Tetris Time C87. And at this point, just 10 lines to go. Tetris Time not going to be able to do much. Sidnev with a 1.7 and going for more. There's a Tetris Sidnev. And a great showing, a 1.3 for Tetris Time. Sidnev not going to be able to get that last Tetris, but 1.7 to 1.3. So, you know, just a combined 3 million. It's fine. 3-1 Tetris. Gaming with Nino says, what happened with Akatu? Scroll up. Someone already said. What's going on, Nino? The one pushdown point for Sidnev. All right, players on the board with their first Tetrises in game number 2. Josh says, I think highest combined score of the tournament so far. Yeah, we have not had a lot of like deep 29 runs so far. And really, I think like early top out games have been a little overrepresented so far, even in matches where you didn't quite expect it from players from whom you didn't expect it. All right, Tetris Time going to uncover the well. Long bar goes in, 116, 95,000 for Sidnev. Is going to set up the Vits with the T, complete the Vits, and get the Tetris. Tetris for Tetris Time 209. There's one for Sidnev 210. They're close in lines, close in score. Hello, YouTube chatters. Josh, Steele, Sergio, Mr. Brain with the mod duties there. Dan V with the mod duties. Shane, Random, Yuri, Redriossi, Tom J. Welcome in. Thanks for hanging out over on YouTube. D. Bradley and Senor Verdad. All hanging out on YouTube. Tetris Time with kind of a snarl near the top of his board. I like to take the 18 time to, you know, just say hello and whatever. And all of a sudden players are in a snarl. I look away for 10 seconds. Players are like, oh, yep, I'm going to mess up my board. No problem. All right, Tetris Time Digging out of it, uncovers that right side well. Sidnev was up pretty high too as well. All right, and there it is. Tetris time. Unblocks well, gets a Tetris. 277 for him. Sidnev with the Tetris. Oh, kind of missed with that J piece. Tetris time. That's going to cost a couple lines of burning and a long bar that cannot be used for a Tetris, but he clears it away. Gets a Tetris. 324. Tetris time. Sidnev not slowing down at all. And just during that little mini slowdown, it's going to add to her lead. Still early, though. Vandy, what restaurant has the best fries? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, there are a lot of... I mean, in the world? Or do you mean, like, chain restaurant? Anything? Let's see. Go to the Village in Manhattan and go to Pommes Frites. That place is amazing. Look up Pommes Frites. I think about those fries all the time. That's the name of the restaurant. Also the name of what they serve, like these Belgian style fries. And it's all fries. It's all they do. Fries with different sauces or toppings. It's amazing. 517 for Sidnev, 445 for Tetris time. Greenwich Village, yes. Indeed. 587 Sidnev, 513 for Tetris time. I think about those fries a lot. 636, huge transition, is also what I'm thinking about. 542 for Sidnev, Tetris time into 19 as well. Healthy transition, but Sidnev just kind of playing out of her mind right now and putting up big paces here. Over 120,000 point lead at transition. Fast food, yeah, fast food's so tricky. It depends on the place. I mean, and it depends on who's running it. Like, I don't know. It's kind of fast food. It's supposed to be consistent. So often inconsistent. I do like the Wendy's fries just because of the skin on. McDonald's fries, like, so iconic. You know, I'm sure it's all laced with what, you know, happiness drugs to get you to enjoy them, but they are very iconic for how basic they are, you know. 797 Sidnev, 681 for Tetris time. Burger King, trash. Such trash. In-N-Out, could take or leave. 768 Tetris time, 857 Sidnev. You're saying they oversalt the McDonald's fries? If anything, they undersalt them. As what I've found. 802 for Tetris time, 916 for Sidnev. The Tetris times board getting up pretty high, kind of dependent here. This is going to be tough. Oh, he gets the Z to the left. Oh, my word. And a long bar gets over for Tetris time. I thought he was cooked. He is still raw, I guess. 887 for Tetris time. A27 for Sidnev. Holy moly. There's a Tetris Sidnev A59. Amazing survival for Tetris Time. Burger King changed the fries in 2008. I probably have not had them since before then. I just remember them being trash. Tetris Sidnev B61. It's going to be another big 29 transition, assuming we're there. And Sidnev is in with a 1.2. Tetris Time is in with a 991. So over 200,000 points back at transition. Tetris Times. We'll see how they're going to handle this. Neither player really set up for or ready for Tetrising. Sidnev has, multiple lines over that gap. There's a Tetris for Tetris Time, A60. Sidnev is dug out, can start Tetrising again, and will commence doing just that. D03 for Sidnev. Tetris Time, not really, he's not at all being like, I'll see what happens. No, he's going right for it. He saw what happened in game one, and that's all he can really do. But no, that left side, that's going to be cut off. So really just the continued aggression of Sidnev, putting her opponents really up against it in the 29 phase, and Tetris Time tops out. Sidnev, you are good. How many players initially in this one? 64 overall. There's the bracket. You can take a look. Sidnev with the E, that's a 1.4. Board starting to climb, and that is going to be, that was an intentional top out, I think. You call that intentional top out? Let's see what happens. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I don't know. I guess I just don't love double elimination. I do like what we did in CTWC. Was it both years or the online years where we did the double elimination in the early rounds? And then, coalesce down to a top 8 that it was then single elimination. Because it, allowed, it really made these players who were, kind of more higher in the, in the bracket, gave them a chance to sort of come back. And we saw some great storylines for sure. That's true. We definitely did. So I don't know. I'll think about it, but I really like the idea of getting 64 players in there. That's it. We're just doing 64 players, double elimination. That's it. Go for broke. 127 matches. Two months long? No way. We'll just get it done. 1 month. We'll just get it done in 1 month. Best of 3. I don't love that. I think best of 3 is just such a crapshoot, even in a double elim. Back in the old days, we did best of 3 because I don't know. It was definitely more chaotic, but the best players were so much better than the rest of the field that there was virtually zero chance of like a major upset of a huge, of a top player. And we weren't even thinking about it. We weren't even thinking about back then because CTWC was like best of 3. But then, eventually we were like, well, we're online. We can take the time. We can have best of 5s. We don't have to worry about the convention and the timings and things like that. And it's not that much longer, so we just decided to do it. Now I think best of 3 is the... Yeah, it's like CTWC, even the early rounds are best of 5, right? Tetris for Tetris Time 303, 259 for Sidnev. That's a Tetris 282. So same line count. Tetris time ahead by just about a Tetris. You will basically be doing 4 tournaments worth of matches. Yeah, let's just do it in 1 month. Get it done. Scheduling is really tough, especially across multiple time zones all across the world and people with different things they're doing. Scheduling is pretty hard. And then double elimination, oh my word. 371 for Tetris time, 351 for Sidnev. Do Das Mega Masters 64 double? Well, I do like the Das Masters tournament because it is a good sandbox for testing tournaments, testing ideas before I bring them to Masters, which is what we did with the flat bracket. So if we did it anywhere, it would be in Das Masters first. And I know you're doing a Kappa, but it would be there. $404 for Sidnev, 444 for Tetris time. Keep playing, Sidnev. Do not worry about the camera. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just keep on playing. You are fine. Okay, gotta miss with that. Okay, needs to get a bar down. And the bar gets down. And another bar gets down. And yeah, all right. She's going to build out that left side. Vandy, get America to do like Europe and take the summer off. Yes. All right, that's what I will do. First I will get America to take the summer off. And then... No. Just... Are we okay? Are you all right? Is everything okay? Yeah, it doesn't matter if the webcam died. Just keep playing. What happened? Well, why are we pausing and then saying, surely we just reset now? Or do you not have... We're just going to keep playing. It was not a pause for advantage, clearly. Okay, 6:38 here for Tetris time. I mean, it was not a pause for advantage, so let us keep playing. All right, 564 for Sidnev, 651 for Tetris time. No, we're gonna continue. All right, there's a dirty Tetris Sidnev, 653, 702 for Tetris time. Now on our screen, Tetris time 20 lines ahead. All right, Tetris time trying to chuck some bars in there. $7.39 for Tetris time. There's a Tetris for Tetris time, $7.82. 683 for Sidnev. All right, Tetris time is into level 27 at 824. $9.37 Tetris time. There's a Tetris down the middle for Sidnev. All right, Tetris time, A15. Trying to bring this down into level 30, and that is going to be a top out for Tetris time at A15. So the target for Sidnev is going to be A16. All right, there's a Tetris 991. And there is a Tetris for Sidnev, A31, and she's going to take this one in a sweep. So GG's to you, Tetris time. You've had a lot of success. I feel like you've turned the corner in the last year or so. Vandy, I do not know the rules well. There's no automatic rule about pausing. I say do not do it because it leads to a lot of ambiguity. It was not done for advantage. I think that was evident that it was not done for advantage, and I don't think any advantage was gained because the gap was so large. So I opted to let it continue, which in my judgment was the right thing to do because we were so deep into the game. But again, players, do not pause unless the commentator tells you. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.